Happy snow day. Hope you're having a good one. This is a video for the sixth Sunday after Epiphany, and we'll walk you through at least a little bit of the basics of our three main readings for worship. The first reading is from Jeremiah chapter 17, verses 5 through 10. And here the prophet sounds like a lot of doom and gloom here. Cursed are those who trust in mere mortals and make for their flesh strength, whose hearts turn away from the Lord. They shall be like a shrub in the desert. They shall not see when relief comes. They shall live in parched places of the wilderness in an uninhabited salt land. This is not very nice stuff, but you can't judge a book by its cover, and you can't judge a book by just a little bit of a piece. So Jeremiah is a very nice book, especially by the end. God says, "You will be my people, I will be your God, I will write my law on your heart." Literally write it on your heart. Here, this is right before the Babylonian exile. The Babylonians are gaining strength, and they're preparing to come in and take over the land, and the people are obviously going their own way. They're doing their own things, and they're worshiping their own gods, and all the stuff that you really don't want to see, especially if you're breaking the relationship that you have with God. And so the prophet says you can either do this or you can live in the blessedness of the Lord. So blessed are those who trust in the Lord, whose trust is in the Lord. They shall be like a tree planted by water, sending out its roots by the stream. The heart is devious above all else. It is perverse. Who can understand it? The Lord, the Lord, test the mind and search the heart. The Lord never turns away from us. That's the bottom line. God never turns away from us despite whatever it is we think we are doing wrong. So take that for Jeremiah. The second reading is from 1 Corinthians 15, verses 12 through 20. And Paul is basically saying, if Christ is proclaimed as raised from the dead, how can some of you say there is no resurrection of the dead? This is a continuation of the reading that we had last week, and for Paul, Jesus has to be raised from the dead. Otherwise, everything that he's doing, everything that our faith is about is in vain. So the bodily resurrection of Jesus is important for Paul and should be important in the lives of the believers too. But in fact, Christ has been raised from the dead, the first fruits of those who died. So again, bodily resurrection has to happen, especially for Paul. And then our gospel reading comes from Luke chapter 6, verses 17 through 26. This is Jesus' Sermon on the Plain, which you can contrast with Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapters 5 through 7. There on the Sermon on the Mount, you get the Beatitudes, and here you get what sounds like the Beatitudes, right? Jesus looks at the disciples and said, "Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are you who are hungry, for you will be filled. Blessed are you who weep now, for you will laugh. Blessed are you when people hate you, and when they exclude you, revile you, and defame you on account of the Son of Man." So you get these blessings, and then you also get these woes. These, woe to you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe to you who are full now, for you will be hungry. Woe to you who are laughing now, for you will mourn and weep. Woe to you when all speak well of you, for that is what their ancestors did to the false prophets. So again, you're setting these blessings and woes or curses against each other, and this is not a choose one, choose the other kind of thing. Although Luke wants to set you up to say Jesus never says you need to choose one or the other, but Luke sets it up to say you want to choose to be the blessed ones, not the cursed ones. And that's it for us. We want to be the blessed